Right now, somewhere on Earth, the air just hit 30,000 degrees. That's 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. And it happened in less than 1,000th of a second. You've seen lightning your whole life. But here's the thing. You've probably got the whole picture backwards. That bolt you watched slam down from the clouds, it actually shot upward from the ground. Lightning is one of nature's wildest tricks, and almost everything you think you know about it is wrong. Let's fix that. To understand lightning, we need to go inside a thunderstorm cloud. Picture a massive tower of air stretching 10 kilometers into the sky. Inside, powerful updrafts are shoving air upward at over 100 kilometers per hour. And at those heights, it's freezing cold. So cold that water doesn't just form raindrops. It freezes into tiny ice crystals and bigger chunks of slushy ice called graupel. Think of graupel like nature's snow cones, soft balls of ice tumbling around inside the cloud. And this is where the magic starts. Here's what happens next. Those tiny ice crystals and heavy graupel chunks are constantly slamming into each other, and every single collision transfers electrons. The small ice crystals lose electrons and become positively charged. The heavy graupel gains electrons and becomes negatively charged. Now, the updrafts carry those light, positive ice crystals toward the top of the cloud. But the heavy, negative graupel sinks to the bottom, so the cloud separates itself into layers. Positive charge on top, massive negative charge in the middle. It's like the world's biggest battery charging itself with nothing but ice bumping into ice. But the cloud isn't done. That huge blob of negative charge in the middle of the cloud pushes away negative charges in the ground directly below. And when negative charges flee, what's left behind? Positive charge. So now you've got negative charge above and positive charge below, with a gap of air in between. The electric field between them keeps growing stronger and stronger. Like stretching a rubber band further and further, something has to give. And normally, air is a fantastic insulator, but every insulator has a breaking point. When the electric field gets strong enough, around 3 million volts per meter, the air itself breaks down. It can't hold the charge apart anymore. And that's when something incredible happens. The cloud sends out an invisible finger of electricity called a stepped leader. It doesn't shoot straight down. Instead, it zigzags in random 50-meter steps, each step lasting about 1/millionth of a second. The stepped leader is essentially blind. It can only sense charges about 50 meters ahead, so it stumbles forward in the dark, branching and forking as it goes. The stepped leader creeps downward, step by step, forking into dozens of branches like a river delta made of electricity. It's carrying negative charge from the cloud, carving an invisible channel through the air. And here's something wild. This whole process produces X-rays, actual X-rays, blasting out from the tip of each step, but you can't see any of this happening. The stepped leader is too dim for human eyes. This entire invisible journey from the base of the cloud to just above the ground takes less than 100th of a second. Now here's where it gets really cool. As that invisible leader gets close to the ground, the positive charges below start reaching up. Tall objects like trees, buildings, and lightning rods send out their own little streamers of positive charge, stretching upward like fingers trying to grab the leader. Multiple streamers compete at the same time, all racing upward. And then, one of them makes contact. The circuit closes. Negative charge from the cloud connects with positive charge from the ground. And what happens next is the part you've actually been watching your entire life. The instant that connection is made, a massive wave of electric current rockets upward from the ground through the channel the leader carved. This is the return stroke, and it moves at 1/3 the speed of light. 1/3 the speed of light. This is the blinding flash you see when lightning strikes. It's not coming down from the sky, it's racing up from the ground. The return stroke heats the air in the channel to 30,000 degrees, 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun, all in about 40 millionths of a second. So what about thunder? When the return stroke superheats the air to 30,000 degrees, that air expands explosively. It creates a shockwave that starts as a crack and then rumbles across the sky. The reason thunder rumbles instead of just making one sharp bang is that the lightning channel is kilometers long. Sound from the closest part reaches you first, and then sound from further and further away keeps arriving over several seconds. That rolling rumble is the shape of the lightning bolt, translated into sound. And here's one more thing that might blow your mind. What looks like a single flash of lightning is usually 3 to 5 separate strokes happening in rapid succession. After the first return stroke fades, another leader called a dart leader races down the same channel in about 0.02 of a second, triggering another return stroke. And another. And another. This all happens so fast that your eyes blur it together into what looks like one flickering bolt. But it's actually a rapid-fire series of strikes, all traveling the same invisible highway. Lightning is absurdly powerful. A single bolt reaches 300 million volts with 200,000 amps of current. But here's the twist. It lasts for such a tiny fraction of a second that the total energy in one bolt could only power a single light bulb for about 2 months. Lightning is nature's ultimate contradiction. Overwhelming force crammed into a window so short your brain can't even register it. All that drama, that blinding flash and deafening crack, happens faster than you can blink. And it's happening right now. Every single second, Earth gets struck by lightning about 100 times. That's over 8 million bolts a day. Each one following the same invisible dance. Ice bumps into ice inside a cloud. Charge separates. An invisible leader stumbles through the dark. The ground reaches up, and then a channel of air 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun blazes upward at 1/3 the speed of light. All of it. Every bolt, every flash, every crack of thunder starts with ice crystals bumping into each other inside a cloud. If you like this video, check out one of these and don't forget to subscribe.